HGC 코리아, 그것을 알고 싶다의 박상윤입니다. HGC 코리아에는 정말 많은 의문점들이 존재합니다. 몇 가지 의문점 중에 가장 말이 오간 의문점들을 저희가 직접 파헤쳐보려고 합니다. 이스턴 클래시 최고의 팀이라 평가받고 있는 L5. 그 L5가 노잼5라는 건 이미 알려진 사실입니다.
재미없다고 소문난 L5.
L5는 노잼이에요.
예.
노잼5라고
그냥
올
노잼이고 노잼5. L5는 역시 노잼5네요.
L5가 지금 블랙이라고 할지라도 노잼 메타 꺼내들면 이기잖아요.
네.
다른 팀들은 노잼으로. 그들은 대체 왜 노잼5라고 불리게 됐을까요? OGN에서 친분이 있는 선수들의 이야기를 직접 들어봤습니다.
L5가 히어로즈 팬들 사이에서 뭐 재미없다고 불리고 있는데 별명 어떻게 불리고 있는지 알지?
노잼5라고. 네. 솔직히 맞는 말인 것 같아요. 그냥 맨날 똑같은 픽만 하고, 재미없는 픽만 하고. 다들 노잼5 하더라고요. 근데 그게 경기력도 경기력인데 보여지는 모습들, 인터뷰하는 거 이런 것 때문에 들린다는 걸 알고 있어요. 사실인 것 같아. 재미가 없더라고요. 좀 대화를 좀 길게 못 나눈다 해야 되나? 뭐 SNS도 안 하고. 제가 생각해도 더 노잼인 것 같아요. 김승철 선수가 노잼의 한 80%를 담당하는 것 같습니다. 승철이만 유독 옛날부터 재미없었어요. 걔는 원래 인터뷰도 재미없고 너무 대답 잘하고 착하긴 한데 좀 이미지 챙기고 있고 그런 거.
노잼5라는 별명, 그것은 어쩌면 단순한 우연이 아닐 수도 있습니다. 이 증언들을 들어봤을 때 저희는 사실 확인이 필요했습니다. L5 선수들의 모습을 관찰하기로 했죠. 5명의 L5 선수들이 어떤 모습일지 지금 확인해 보겠습니다.
뭔가
머리를 너무 바보같이 잘랐어.
맞은 상황.
우리의 삼체를 쓰면 안 돼서 우리의 삼체를 전파하세요.
페이스북 그런 거에 나오면 큰일이에요.
벌써부터 지금 삼체를 벌써 지금 다 녹음했어요.
편집해달라는 거
아니에요. 삼체는 쓰는 거 아니에요.
아니에요. 어색하잖아.
아니에요, 아니성.
아니에요. 아니상.
언제 와?
저거 형 진짜 지각인지 몰랐어.
진짜 지각이었어.
이 제일 가까운 애가 늦는 거 아니야? 원래 제일 가까운 애가 늦는 거.
랩이랑 픽이랑 캠페가 다 했다고 하고 영화 보고 밥사라.
그럴까? 끝나고. 그런 거 좀 신경 쓸 수도 있어. 다시 나 때문에.
늦어버렸어.
왜 늦어버렸어?
선배 백탄두요.
하나네.
집 앞에 맵도 땡겼어요. 커피 백탄두.
아, 저 표정 너무 들어가잖아.
끝나고 말 걸랬나?
그래.
늦었어.
안 늦었어요.
너무 대놓고 말하는데. 오빠 근데 오늘 저희 원래 후티가 아니었는데.
불건 때 다시 커피 바꾸는 거예요?
많이. 별건 뱀픽은 정하였음.
좋았음. 정하는
대회 갈 때마다 한 번씩 바꾸자.
정하는 맵 확인을 안 해서 안 돼.
아니, 맵만 말해주면 돼.
아, 사원인 걸 깜빡해. 아, 사원이었어. 아니야, 뭐해. 다시 해. 이거다. 양손을 45도로.
우리가 평소에 하던 L5와는 사뭇 다른 모습. 또래 아이들처럼 웃고 장난치는 이 선수들이 왜 노잼5라고 불려야 되는지 여러분의 판단에 맡기겠삼? 다음으로 들려줄 이야기는 차라리 괴담이기를 바랬던 또 하나의 실화입니다. 누군가 저에게 이런 이야기를 했지요. 음식에 식는 걸 기다릴 시간이 없다. 그는 대체 누구였을까요? 그 사람의 정체를 알아봐야겠습니다. 우선은 진짜 이 미식가는 넘어선 대식가예요.
아 그럼요.
예.
저한테 그러시더라고요. 한 도시락 한 5개 정도 먹고 그러고 들어갈까. 그 얘기를 딱 듣자마자 이분은 진짜다.
그래서 이제 버거도 킹버거에다가
네.
이것도 뚜껑도 킹뚜껑이다 보니까
그럼요.
와 그냥 정말 큰 것만 먹는구나. 저는 제가 보고 있는 이 큰 컵라면, 이게 소위 말하는 킹뚜껑이죠. 보통 전문가들은 이런 이야기를 하지요. 음식을 먹는 분량, 그 분량을 먹성이라고 표현합니다. 그런데 말입니다. 음식을 먹고 밥을 먹고 도시락 2개 먹고 여기다가 컵라면 킹뚜껑을 25초 30초 만에 먹어낸 그 먹성 여러분 믿겠습니까?
야 너는 근데 야 이게 도시락이 네 것만 2개냐? 완전 대박이라니까. 이거 혼자 2개 먹고 이거 완전 부패야.
형 3개는 먹어야죠.
맨날 부족하다고.
형 왜 제 거를 보세요? 내 것도 위험했어. 먹어야 맛있는 게 있나 한번 스캔해봤어요. 내 것 좀 더 먹을래요? 이제 뭐 커피 한잔 해야죠. 인생을 배웠어. 커피랑 뭐 비스킷 같은 거 하나 먹어야지.
배웠습니다. 1리터짜리 가는 거야?
1리터짜리 가죠.
이게 약간 좀 컵라이고 여기가 해주는 게.
세네 진짜.
진짜 세배 진짜 1리터면 진짜 세배라니까.
어떻게 세?
먹을 거 채워주는 거.
좀 이따가 사발면 네가 해와. 그럼 끝나고 알았어? 킹오빵이랑 킹스타일
먹을 시간이 없어 먹을 거.
깔고 있을 테니까 해와.
소스를 풀어야 돼. 여기다.
근데 이거 먹으면 그럼 쉬는 시간이 10분인데 이거 다 먹을 수 있냐 이거? 야 선풍기로 라면 시켜 먹어?
그럼요.
와 라면을 시켜 먹어.
자, 3분 남았죠?
와
3분 동안 이제 라면 먹고 다음
라면을
딱
시켜 먹어
준비하면 돼.
진짜. 아버지 왜 먹냐고.
시키지 못하면은 먹지 못하잖아. 클래스가 다르지.
시키세요.
1분 50초 남았는데 이게 가능하다고?
자, 1분 남았을 때 먹을 거예요.
1분
사진
남았어.
하나 찍어도 돼요?
찍어도 돼. 이건 진짜 이거는.
표정이 너무 해맑은 거 아니에요?
이거 야 붕어빵 넣어다 차슈. 차슈. 얘 이거 음식 치우면 난리 나. 우와. 세이컵. 이게 두 번째 입이야. 우와. 아 진짜로.
아니, 저거 먹으면 끝이야.
아 진짜로. 야. 30초 컷. 아 진짜 30초 컷.
마이크 딱 끼면 이보다도 완벽한 시스템 없지.
신정민 해설위원의 그 먹성 저희가 오랫도록 지켜봐왔습니다. 먹고 또 먹고 배불러도 또 먹고 배 터져도 또 먹고 그 먹성 옆에서 가장 오래 지켜본 제가 봤을 때 신정민 해설위원의 먹성은 끝이 아닙니다. 신정민 그는 지금도 먹고 있습니다. 지금도 HGC 코리아에 존재하는 수많은 의문점들 조금은 해소가 되셨습니까? L5가 현실에서 노잼이던 안 웃기던 전혀 그런 건 상관없습니다. 경기 내에서 감동과 꿀잠을 선사하면 그걸로 저는 만족입니다. 그리고 신정민 해설위원이 먹고 또 먹고 주워 먹고 흘려 먹고 어떻게든 배를 불리는 그 열정이 전부 다 중계로 간다면 저 역시 만족합니다. L5와 신정민 해설위원의 승승장구를 기원합니다. 그리고 신정민 해설위원 밥을 100번 넘게 샀으면 한 번 사야 되는 거 아닙니까? 그게 양심입니다.
Enjoyed that video, and now you get to see what our stage setup looks like. Our monitors are
We
propped
have
up
a
by
book.
books.
Yes, it's held by the
This
book.
is my
We have
water
a
holder.
pen,
Yeah.
we have some coffee here.
But
a
yeah,
cell phone. Yeah.
the illusion is broken. So anyways, that was interesting. King can eat a lot of food. So
He
King
can eat. I wouldn't say eat. He's a vacuum cleaner.
yeah. So we have two analysts, of course, on the Korean side of the broadcast. This is the TriCast style, right? One of them is King, of course, who can eat a lot and is a former Brood War player. Was on Eastro, and then, of course, became a StarCraft 2 pro temporarily, and then became a commentator. Whereas the Marine, of course, is an ex-Brood War player who then became a Brood War commentator, one of the most famous commentators of Pro League. Then became a Heroes commentator, now an Overwatch commentator, amongst other games, Hearthstone as well. So those are the two guys that do analysis commentary. The larger one is King, and he's the one who eats the ramen quite well. So that was a lot of fun. Totally unrelated to what we were doing here. Of course, no fun 5. We'll see how fun they are at BlizzCon.
As they usually like to pick picks the same picks over and over again. It works. It works. That's why they're using it. But Korean side often liked a little more entertainment, so to say. So that's why they call No Gen 5. Even in interviews, they always say, "So how do you think about today's match?" I'm like, it was okay. No fun interviews. Came out all the time, so that's why they're known as that. But still, let's go. And now let's go back to the series, though, Wolf.
Let's go back to the series indeed. So up 2-0 is Mighty currently. Game number 3, we don't know what map we're headed to just yet, but we'll find out very soon. I feel like we're just seeing better coordination out of Mighty. I don't feel like BlossoM is underperforming compared to yesterday. Maybe in Game 1 there were a few nerves, especially in the early game, but otherwise I feel like the coordination, the rotations are better, and Mighty is playing safer than BlossoM are. So they have better CC, they used it well to get those traps, to get those picks last game. And I feel like if you're Mighty, you probably just want to close the series out. Maybe you want to take us to like a map like Cursed Hollow, Sky Temple, something like that, so that you can close the series out quickly, especially a larger map seems to be where they're having more success.
Yep, and I think it's all starts from the draft. If they control so much camp control and the macro, and if you can win lane, you have that much time. If you have that much wave clear, you have that much time to rotate around the map or join into the early team fight, so you can get that advantage. Mighty has been working on that for quite a while in Game 1 and 2. Seems like BlossoM may not have an answer against it if they don't in Game 3. I believe we are going to see a 3-0 series, and Mighty will just move on to contest Tempest tomorrow. But BlossoM, they had some time. I'm sure they didn't watch the video, as it's probably busy in the booth talking about what to do against Mighty at the moment.
Yeah, certainly. Well, maybe someone's going to the restroom really quick as they get ready for this.
Maybe King started eating again.
Could be.
They're showing that live in Korea.
I did try to give him my doshirak, which is of course our word for like a small lunchbox that we get. Yeah, a little bento, I guess you might know in the States, more Japanese word for that. But I tried to give him mine today, but PD took it, so he's probably a little bit hungry. Maybe he's got to get some ramen or something. Maybe he's gonna eat. We've got some snacks in here, some Pringles. Maybe he's gonna come burst in here and start eating our Pringles pretty soon. I got to keep those locked down. Put my little keypad safe on top of the Pringles can. That's our snacks king.
Yeah, that's right. And he can't take it at all. Well, it's taking a while.
It is. Sorry I'm sick again, guys. I've been sick pretty... It's kind of funny because it's getting a little bit colder here in Korea, but a lot of people are sick right now. I got a runny nose and stuff, so that's why my voice sounds a little bit weird today. I should be better recovered by tomorrow. Like yesterday I was a little bit sick. Today I'm much worse, but I think tomorrow will be much better. I think
it's okay because your hair looks fine. It's a lot better than yesterday.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm like, it's pretty decent. Yesterday it was like, whoa, like too high up there. You know what I mean? All right, we're going to Sky Temple. Speaking of high up there, and my hair was rubbing the bottom of Sky Temple last night. Tonight it is a little bit better. Okay, we're in it. We are going to Game 3. Sky Temple, a map historically picked by L5, and the MVP teams went up 1-0 in the series, now being picked up 2-0 for Mighty. Their macro game, the control of objectives, and late game has been much better, so the map makes sense.
And can't stress this enough. Sonya tempo control can alone do the exact same thing. Can Wiz pull it off the exact same with a Dehaka pick once more? Let's see. I think Bright Wing along with Sonya is what's winning for Mighty right now. Ariel ban, very likely Morales ban.
Okay, so none of this shenaniganry, none of this map. Much better for Dragonshire.
Okay.
Sonya.
Needed Sonya.
Sonya for BlossoM.
I do agree, even though it's first pick, they will have 2 more after Mighty picks 2, so they can respond fine against it. So Genji, right wing again, just like in Game 1.
Yep, Game 2 for BlossoM as well, but they weren't able to make it work. Got picked too many times. With the Genji, though, is like you said, back to the Game 1 style. It was with the Sonya, so they won't have that this time. I wonder if BlossoM will just ban the Malthael here. They could take the Tyrael, but again, not sold on Gondar's Tyrael just yet, so I think that You probably just leave the Tyrael out of this. Save your tank pick for later. It's a really weak map for ETC, really weak map for a Nubarak. So save your tank pick for later. You can pick Muradin in final rotation, and you want to grab your DPS and your support here. If you're going to run the Tyrael, I think this is where you pick it up, but I think it's really risky for them to do so right now. Maybe they save that if they really want to go Tyrael, make sure it's a more reactionary pick. So I'd like to see something like an Uther pick. Oh, okay, Task Tracer. We saw this attempted in game 1. Very little success, though.
Task Tracer once again from BlossoM. But this time they have Sonya. Other time they did not have Sonya, so that's a big change. Just like yesterday, if Wiz is allowed to just to burst damage onto a DPS onto the other side, like a Genji, where Genji, if he's basically low, he has to fall back, he will die very quickly, just like the Tracer. So I think Wiz's job here is significant in terms of BlossoM's hand.
Yeah, definitely. Uther was banned last time too, so they weren't able to run it with the Task Tracer. It was... Oh, looking for the ETC ban. That's just a target ban on Gondar. You will never see this on this map against any other team. If they leave Uther, though, that's pretty strong for BlossoM, so they can at least be happy about that. Well, this is a Gondar target pick, the ETC, so that's a tool they don't have anymore to counter the Genji when he dives through. To the backline, they get those power slides to try to punish. Brightwing as well can be vulnerable to this. No cleanse.
Maybe just target solo lane, as there are lots of tank available. It's really hard to pinpoint one.
Yeah, we were talking about banning the Malthael if they didn't take the Tyrael. I think that's a safe one. Kharazim, okay. Well, they're either going to get the Uther or the Lucio.
Or maybe they're just thinking about Rehgar, as Rehgar was ancestral healing Sonya most of the time yesterday when they had him. I think that opens up a lot, though. Maybe Wiz just feels confident against anything that he can focus when he has Sonya. Are you okay with Marthael? Yeah, okay. We don't have to ban Marthael then. That's the choice, as how Wiz feels on the top solo lane. With Genji Brightwing. Last time, they brought in Kharazim to have the dash in when Genji was dashing in, along with the phase shift when it came from the Brightwing. They were trying to use the poly to focus on one target along with Kharazim's dash. That's not going to be possible this time with Kharazim banned.
Sure. I was wondering if we were going to see like Malthael, Tyrael, or Malthael Muradin. They're taking the Rehgar now. Over Lucio, interesting. We saw Mora hit the incredible cleanse into Ancestral to save Tracer on Towers of Doom. I don't know if that will happen again. Very difficult to use Rehgar with the Tracer because of the low health pool, but he made it happen. He's on screen right now, so this will probably be his hero that he's playing in this next game. And now the question becomes, what tank do you want to use against the Genji? A safe bet is still the Muradin, but it's not a Gondar pick. A Nubarak, not good for the map. ETC is removed.
So I guess the only choice is Johanna, as he played decently enough yesterday.
I just feel like Johanna is so weak against this comp.
Or even Arthas.
Arthas, I think, would be a better choice.
Solid tank.
If they feel like they can make a Nubarak work here, even on this big map, that would be the go-to. I almost prefer it. They're going to take Muradin, though. So the ETC ban puts Gondar out of his comfort zone. And Dahaka will be the solo laner here against Sonya.
Will be a tough solo lane matchup, but they do have double global, and this map you need the global to soak in. I think that's what they're looking for. They want that perfect damage from Genji to take that kill and get those resets.
It's not going to be a strong matchup for the Dahaka, and they don't have any ways to punish that because Muradin's on the other side, but Dahaka can allow extra soak to happen, especially when we get to that solo bot shrine, the second shrine phase. That is going to be where they struggle a lot to get that extra experience and also win the fight. So guys, let's go into game number 3. Can Mighty close out the series, or are we going to a game 4? We're going to find out right now on Sky Temple. Mighty Joker on Tyrael, BDG on Genji, Good on Dahaka, Nasong on Brightwing, and Magi on Uther.
And in red, BlossoM, Wiz on Sonya, Gondar on Muradin, Mora on Rehgar, Tutu on Tracer, and No Chat on Tassadar.
Okay. This is it. It all comes down to this for BlossoM. I think they have the better draft overall. The double globals, though, will give them some trouble, as we were talking about. Our Brightwing's position already going to toss some flares at the wall down in bot. Not going to be too impactful. But this is something that BlossoM just does not have. They're going to have to be more aggressive. They're going to have to look for picks. They have really good wave clear with Tassadar, Rehgar, Sonya, and they can roam after clearing waves to look for those picks with the pulse bombs. But I think otherwise, in terms of longer game and the globals that Mighty has, that is going to be a problem.
Because Dahaka will have a tough time alone dealing with Sonya. Tyrael was in there for some moments to help Dahaka lane there.
Okay. Forcing out dimensional shift. Always want to do that. Very long cooldown. So, right now, BlossoM is doing, I think, pretty much exactly what they need to be doing. They have Sonya in the solo lane. That's a one matchup. They're rotating bot, pressuring the Brightwing, pressuring the mid lane here with the Tracer. Deflection's already used. This could be a pulse bomb opportunity if he sticks around. It's a risky moment. Shrine's active now. Let's see how this plays out. Remember, Brightwing can stay bot. Tassadar hearths home so he can go up top. Brightwing's going to get extra soak while Dahaka is also soaking. So the experience of Mighty should skyrocket here during this phase, and all they want to do is trade shrines and gain experience. That's exactly the goal here. The Joker being even a little bit overzealous, they don't even need to contest there.
I was expecting Sonya to actually take control of the wave and then to take control of the temple, but Dahaka, because of the wave clear, Sonya has to go soak in some EXP. Meanwhile, Dahaka is shooting with that power, but Brightwing has to be dealt with Tassadar. It means BlossoM will be missing a member.
Failed gank and take care on the Wiz. A little bit overzealous there. They're actually, because they commit to this and Tassadar went bot, BlossoM's going to take that experience lead. I think this was an incorrect move. Had No Shot not been down here, I think it would have been a lot stronger, but they send Good down, so they don't lose any experience. Well, that's not true. They lost the whole wave, but they don't lose much experience. And, you know, some global traits going here. Tassadar understanding to go down there early was really cool, really smart. Going down there meant that the teleport up was going to be less valuable. So it's pretty even in experience with two globals against you. You're pretty happy as BlossoM with that.
Now Dahaka actually swapped lane to the bottom by using that global to soak into EXP. They want to come in for this one. Miz getting very low, getting polyed, and the Q dodged.
Q dodge, very important. Now Nasong in a little bit of trouble. Pinging here, but it's not going to save him. Mora rotates in. Joker's body block. Pulse connects. And I think that's going to be the chase kill. Aldruins or no. He is going to go down. See you later. BDG riskily comes forward here. He's going to try to get Mora. So double here for BlossoM. Very well coordinated, very well punished. In fact, it will be the triple.
Triple for stealing a camp. Was it worth it? Let's see. If they can get the fort in the next few minutes, I think it can be worth. Because they actually drew out so much time coming out from BlossoM because that chase was for a long, long time. They really lose too much EXP from the bottom as Dahaka was pushing. Let's see. See, the Observer is stressing that Sonya has 0 hero damage as Sonya basically did not fight in any team fights. Was just clearing way when Sonya and Dahaka, that's also okay though.
Dahaka has 162, which is basically also 0. So they're both serving that role, right? That's a solo laner's job, is to just push lanes, deal with camps. And that's why if anyone ever tells you if you're solo laning a Sonya, like, that you suck because you have low hero damage, that they're actually just stupid and you should block them.
And at the end game, and then you see the hero damage from Sonya and says, report Sonya guys, did 4k damage. And that's what happens. But sometimes you use Sonya as a wave clear and taking control of the shrine and the camp.
In the early game, yeah. And if you have 4K damage at the end of like a 17-minute game, you probably do want to report that, Sonya. But you know, it's a different story here. So we're gonna see these traded, the forts, but BlossoM is getting the shots off, so they're gonna get more done here. The fact that Wiz is also not missing experience, and the fact that there's no other extra threat here for BlossoM, this is a huge win for them. So basically, Sonya is just sitting up there making sure that this trade is a bad one for Mighty. They will get the final shots, but they got about, let's say, 10% of the 100% of this shrine. Eventually, this will be cleared up here for Wiz, who's not very stressed about this at all. So structure lead massively now to BlossoM. Half a fort ahead. And they are a lot closer to level 10.
Seems like Dudu's also positioning himself a lot better this game starting at, but here comes Dehaka with the global. Does not really drag onto anything, cannot find the perfect target.
Yeah, the coordination with these has been a little bit off, but I think the BlossoM is playing really well against
and also, BlossoM was about to hit 10. I think he made the right choice to not to drag in anyone.
So the situation now for Mighty is another bad thing for them is that not only did they trade forts in a bad way, in terms of the fact that Shrine did more damage to the mid fort, so they lost half a fort. They lost a more valuable fort. The bot fort is always more important than the top fort because the top fort isn't really going to be the win conditioner on this map. On Dragonshire, very similar. You can win on it, and you can get a keep with it eventually with a global hero. In fact, 2 in this case. If you split push, it can happen. But the boss becomes so much more powerful for BlossoM because the bot fort is down. It goes directly to the keep wall, which could open up a keep. Good getting the keep as Dehaka in the top lane, very much less likely. Wow, very well dodged by both of those.
I think Banter missed his, and good.
Haymaker, by the way. What? Okay. I mean, it can definitely give you more opportunities to get those picks potentially in the lanes like they've been trying to do.
The only tank for the team. There is no, I guess there is no burst amount of damage from coming out from Mighty, as Genji is their only DPS.
Okay, they're going to trade a fort for boss.
This is a good timing though. BlossoM I think they just realized that they were all missing from the map.
Yeah, they're coming around here. Haymaker is not going to be enough to control this boss. No way. Not even going to try it here. So they trade a fort for boss. This boss might grant them another fort, not by pushing the bot fort, but in fact allowing them to push mid while the boss is defended. So they can try to trade temples and get a fort by pushing. Dehaka's heading up top now. We'll take the watchtower on his way up. Boss being dealt with here. As Mighty's actually controlling this that's near the boss. Very well played. So now they can actually try to get shots on both. They're not going to push mid like I suggested. They're going to take both temples instead while the boss is dealt with. It's finally cleared up now. In fact, they didn't even really get shots on this one. They wanted to. But this is still a pretty big win. They pushed mid. They got the fort down. Is BlossoM still ahead? Absolutely. But this got them back into the game, Mighty, that is. So now they're not as behind in structures as they once were. But the fact they don't get both temples means they are losing damage now directly to their keep wall. Still a ways away, especially with the top temple taken instead of the bottom temple here for Mighty.
Seems like it actually could have been a misclick. Maybe they're just concerned about the Brightwing Genji just diving in. Maybe you want to just have Genji go away along with the Brightwing by using the Haymaker. Can be a playmaker tool. Wonder how Gondar is going to use it though.
It's historically been a risky pick that's either made you look like a god or made you look like a fool in this league.
A lot more fools.
A lot more fools than gods in this one, certainly. Okay, so Brightwing's just going to Hearth Home. Doesn't want to get ganked there. As we were talking about, yeah, you can push the top lane, you can get a keep with it, but very rare, very unlikely scenario compared to the boss damage. We've already seen the power of that. So 13-13. This game is very even. Fort's finally gone, so structurally BlossoM is slightly ahead. I know they've done more damage to the keep walls with the temple. But any big fights that are won will swing this game one way or the other. If they trade temples, if Mighty plays passive, sure, BlossoM will get slightly ahead. But otherwise, we are pretty even in this game. This is BlossoM's best chance so far to take a game in this series.
TS Tyrael seems like he's getting caught. Joker takes a lot of damage.
Has
Drag
tank.
may save him.
Okay, pulse. Well, he sank to stop it. Doesn't need it.
Shield
Was
just
enough. Yeah.
Nicely done. I think they were trying to draw out the Sank by focusing on Tyrael, but he held that for a good cause. BlossoM really not getting a kill. Of course, it was close.
Yeah, still very well played by Tyrael. Good shield there to protect against the pulse bomb damage.
Who's that sound?
I think that's Uther,
Uther?
man. He's having a hard time.
He's old, man.
He's getting old, dude. He's like, ah!
It's like, this hammer's too heavy
I'm
for me.
like, man, you're not supposed to be clearing the wave. Just leave that to everybody else. Nasa will take care of it. Oh, this is really weird. It's like the third time we've heard that this game. Not really sure what's going on with that.
Anyway, this bottom tempo will be coming up. This Reg-Eye Sonya we keep on talking about so quick with the camp, but the Haka is already working on that top lane as they are down.
Okay, it can also allow an opportunity to flank as the Haka. Okay, this is going to be this initial part of the fight. Horrible Stormbolt there from Gondar. This might have to be the Sank this time. No, will not need it.
Wow. No shield, no sanctification. They have the trust. They know how much damage will be output.
Gondar seen by Peekaboo. He's in trouble.
No.
Does not have Avatar.
Uh-huh.
That was a close call there. Sizz going to heal up with his passive. Did go for the normal, you know, momentum build here at 7. So just going to heal up, do as many autos as he can when he's out of combat to get his cooldowns back up. But
this one's doing direct damage to the keep.
yes,
Fountain.
This cannot be allowed to happen on the side of Mighty. They need to engage this.
Yeah,
Sank.
with the Sank is good. Wiz is healing himself, but
Didn't
goes
really
down.
heal because the Sank prevented him from self-healing there with the Whirlwind. BDG in great position to do a lot with his Dragon Blade, getting a reset here. And No Chat doesn't have Dimensional Shift anymore. Does he have the dash? He'll get one off of Mora. It looks like No Chat will just barely escape. He couldn't get the kill into Mora fast enough to get that reset. But Mighty now, level 16, 3 down. They have retaken control of this game. They're doing direct damage to the keep now with the wall under attack by ground. As you can see, Boss is going to be up pretty soon too, probably about 45 seconds left on that one. They want this keep, and I think that they will very likely get it. Paulie here to prevent that Stormbolt in animation. Well, I can't say one way or the other. The Haymaker has been a game breaker or a changer. It hasn't done much for Gondar, but at the same time, he hasn't needed an Avatar just yet. There was a time we almost did, but Boss is up. Everyone's respawned. Mighty has sank in 35. They want to wait for that before they try to take this.
They are thinking of that as Tyrael has the Holy Ground, the best tool in the game right now, I believe, to take the boss control. Sonya can dive in, but last time the Sanctification was used, as you mentioned, to nullify all the damage that would be coming out from Sonya. And the Ancestral was way too late on Tracer also.
So, will they try to contest this boss? Nope, not going to risk it. Gondar has missed a lot of Stormbolts this game, man. Again, this is we talked about this in draft. He's very strong on heroes that can do a lot on smaller maps, the ETC Anubarak. On heroes like Muradin, not as big of an impact. Cleanse used early in this fight, which means not going to be available for other CCs. Okay, here we go. Emerald Wind pushing Dudu into a very compromising position. Does get the shield here. When that wears off, that might be the time for the Dragon Blade to strike. It's gone now. Ancestral will connect with Gondar yet again. Mora making these Ancestrals work. Sank well placed here. And this is going to be the attempt here of BDG to get this Dragon Blade to carry the fight. Divine Shield will give him a reset. The second one. This could be game over here on the side of BlossoM. The bot lane is pushing throughout all of this. But we see the tongue grab. Looks like he will just barely go down before he can get it. But Paulie's coming through. Holy ground. Dudu, the last man standing. Looks like he might get over the wall. But look at that push in the bot lane. Temple's up in 22. They could try to for boss here. They have a lot of choices. They could double temple here.
Right.
Like they could pretty much do anything.
They can double temple and do the boss right after coming back from him. I think that's what they're trying to do, as they still have a keep down, I believe.
Yeah, they just lost.
Yes,
they just lost the keep. Yeah.
And with this double tempo plus the boss, it will probably be the end of the game. Or either way, they finish the game before 20 and they will hit 20 and finish the game. I think that's what Mighty's looking for. That play and Haymaker, how it was used. Dudu was trying to delay, and after the drag was out for Dhaka, once it was cooldown, Dudu was going in, but the Haymaker actually pushed all the members of Mighty towards Tracer, and he
Yeah.
kind of panicked at that moment. Did not really land on the pulse bomb from the beginning. He was looking for a kill, but Joker was holding in that sanctification until the perfect
The
moment.
Sank and then the Divine Shield both were so good. Genji had he had deflection, then he had Sank, then he had Divine Shield, then he had deflect again. This Haymaker here to try to kill Joker. We are going to see the Emerald Wind to save him. And just, again, Haymaker not doing too much. Nasang might die trying to save him, though I suppose he will. Final shot to the Temple fired here on the side of Mighty. They don't get a second keep, but BlossoM still hasn't gotten there first. They're closer to 20. Haymaker's up in 15, but, I mean, it just hasn't really done a whole lot. They're going to try to take this boss with the advantage without Brightwing being there. I think this is pretty safe. This keep is damage. It will neutralize the catapult pressure.
I think they have to go into the core with the boss. I think this is their last chance along with the boss to push into the keep and to all the way to core, because Mighty will be hitting that 20 very soon, as the Hawkeye is already pushing the top lane with the camp. So they're making this maximum power along with the boss.
But they're not pushing with it. Catapults are already starting to weaken the boss, in fact.
Or are they trying to go a super long way, because Brightwing will be coming back very soon.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose they could still make this work with 4 Siege Giants in the boss. Oh god, if they just leave it though, this isn't going to do much at all. In fact, they might not even get the keep. I think they should at this stage. We're at 16 minutes. Actually, I guess not. This is going to be close, but I guess they don't get the keep. They don't push with this. The Siege Giants aren't together with the boss. And this boss play didn't accomplish much for BlossoM at all. In fact, 20 is going to get reached. Keep survives. They will have to deal with the Siege Giants, and they will get 20 during that moment, but if they got the keep, it meant that the catapult pressure would be relieved, which is no longer going to be the case.
Let's see, BlossoM soaking for 20, as they didn't really go all the way in. Seemed like the timing was a little bit off, as I called before.
You know, if they get the keep, they get 20. They get the keep no matter what if they come. I feel like they could have definitely made that happen, especially with all the Siege Giants they had. I think you were certainly right when you said that might have been their last chance to win the game. Okay, that was another not-so-great Stormbolt. I mean, I don't want to be mean to the guy. We sang his praises yesterday. He was the MVP by a million miles, was interviewed, of course, selected as MVP. He won all 3 games, most would argue, for BlossoM yesterday, but on the Muradin today, the hero he did not play yesterday, he looks very, very unpracticed.
Well, let's see. With the catapult, Brightwing is pushing all the way in directly. Will do direct damage to the core. They are getting some tempo shot, but it is not taking down the bottom keep. That is the biggest problem for BlossoM.
That's the big problem, as you say. And top keep is going to take direct damage here, so it could be 2 keeps down on the side of BlossoM. In fact, very likely will be. I think BlossoM has to commit to a fight, try to force Brightwing in and win that longer fight. Either that or they have to go back and defend. They can't just take the temple. That will never work. Gondar's going to come in here right now. Uses Rewind. Wants to go in. Only hits Magi, however. That's all they want. Magi survives here somehow, some way. Good. Very, very low. Sanctification is perfect, though, for Joker. That could not have been better. Dudu has no health. Dragon Blade comes through. And now this is going to be, it looks like, game over for BlossoM. Wiz healing up as he can. Redemption is available here. So even though Magi survived early, when he finally went down, it didn't matter. Mora goes down. No Chat is out of luck. And this is going to be...
Well, Wiz is trying to carry this game, but the catapult is already damaging the core, which is very low. Tyrael would take him out. It seems like that may just be GG. Catapult may be cleared by the minion wave, but
they have 2 temples.
So much time until they come back.
2
alive,
temples to just finish the game. Catapult's doing so much damage to the core. Temples haven't even started hitting the core yet. Another catapult's about to arrive bot. That is game over no matter which way you want to look at it. There's no way out for BlossoM. This will fall and the core will fall right afterwards.
I think it will be close.
I think they get it. Like, they have 2 double 5 shots. I think that's just game over. Let's find out. Let's do the math. I'm not Kalaris, so who knows? Oh my god. All right, 12%.
And Joker's walking in, but Tracer and Muradin comes?
Yeah, I don't know about this.
Is this a throw?
I don't know about this one.
And this will just take out the shield.
No, it's going to
Actually
take
does
3.
3 more damage.
Magi doesn't have redemption anymore.
That...
They're still in a great position, right? Like, They're up all keeps. 9% means they can just backdoor with everybody else at any moment. So BlossoM has to actually play catch up. They have to play super safe all the time. Magi just trying to Benedict his way back to high health here, but
I have a feeling that, of course, only 9% with the shield, but Joker may regret by the end of this game if BlossoM takes this, because they're pushing into the bottom keep, and Haymaker seems to be the
Divine Shield to mount. Here they come. This is going to be such an important fight. If BlossoM wins this fight somehow, they could win the game off of it. Dudu survives.
Dudu survives.
Look at the top lane, though. If Mighty just buys a lot of time, that top lane and the bot lane, if they just keep themselves alive, if they can stop BlossoM from mounting, that will eventually kill the core. 9 health left.
Let's see if BlossoM's got this, and they bought enough time for Joker to come back, and it seems like they want to go for
Everyone's
this.
going top. Everyone needs to be ready on BlossoM. Everyone needs to be Hearthing. They are. Everyone Hearth's home.
I think the bottom camp. Oh, actually, Joker's going to deal with that. So that bottom keep is will still be standing after all this. After all this, if they pushed it with the boss just a little bit, did some poke, I think that could have been down for such a long time, and BlossoM would not be out macro this far.
Okay, they're coming in now. The boss could be a huge changer. Oh, okay, BDG does use his deflection so well. Stormbolt connects, though. BDG does need to get this phase shift here to survive. So much damage coming out from Good, so much vulnerability. Ancestral again from Mora. Does connect to save the Tracer. Dragon Blade here going on to Wiz, who does have that isolation on him. Does survive up here with the Ignore Pain, adding that extra armor. Dragon Blade is going to last forever here if Sank is good, and it is. And he's just doing so much damage with this Dragon Blade, it's never going to end. And this is BDG and Genji. The power of Genji late game with a good Sank is what's going to end this series and allow Mighty to advance to the finals of playoffs. And this Dragon Blade just goes on and on and on and on. Dudu survives, but BlossoM will not.
And Tempo will do direct damage to the core, and that will be game. And Joker's thinking, maybe I should do another trait value onto the core. 9% plus the shield. That will be gone very soon. Just matter of seconds until the game is over. And Mighty takes the series 3-0.
One best of 5 away from going to the first international event that this team has been looking for since 2015. 2 years of training, 2 years of trying to fight and make it. They've been so close many a time, but this time it feels closer than ever. One best of 5 between them and Tempest. It's all it comes down to. BlossoM, they dodged Crucible this season. Many didn't expect them to do anything more. They defeated Miracle, and they played a great series against Mighty tonight. As disappointed as the players on BlossoM must feel now, despite all their training, I feel like it definitely showed, and they should not be disappointed with what they were able to accomplish tonight.
Yet they climbed up very high in HGC Korea, playing in the playoff, winning the first round. Advancing into second round, of course, losing 0-3 is very tough, but they were against Mighty. They learned their lesson probably today. Mighty just had better understanding of the macro, how to control over the map, how the map works. I think because of their experience, because they have a lot of more experienced player, their rotation was clean. They knew what to focus on, which to the boss timing from the beginning when BlossoM was basically soaking a little bit, waiting for that tempo, and Mighty knew that for that time when they had 20 seconds, okay, we can do boss. We can do secret boss. I think that was the turning point of the game.
Oh, certainly. That's a really tough call to make in those desperate moments. And I just feel like throughout that series, we saw a better understanding of where to push lanes, where to put pressure, where to punish, and incredible support play on both sides. Moro had one of his best Rhaegar nights of all time tonight. Like, his Ancestors on the Tracer, he hit every single one of them. He didn't miss a single one on Towers of Doom, on that Sky Temple, and that makes a case for me for this team running Rhaegar with Tracer, where other teams really do not like to do that. So well played by Mora, but I mean, Mighty's supports just keeping alive the Genji there. BDG is just flying off the Dragon Blade. The Sanks from Joker. So glad to see him back on tank main. I think Joker is my MVP for the night. Maybe BDG was the one who got all those kills with the Dragon Blade, but would have never happened without the support play coming out on the side of Mighty. So, yeah, I mean, Magi, a great player tonight. Nasang, but I want to give the MVP to Joker. Those Sanks won them the series, closed it out.
Compared to Gondar Sync, of course, Joker Sync I think was a lot better. That I have to say. But we're going to go jump into the interview. Let's see who our MVP of the playoff round 2 is.
축하합니다.
Congratulations! Clap, clap,
마이
clap.
생존했습니다.
You survived.
약간
We have
반칙인데
good.
원래 이렇게 안 했잖아요.
네?
이런 무슨 요즘의 분위기
예.
요즘의 분위기가 살짝 그 위아래로 계속해서 출렁거렸었던
The
그런
reason
타이밍이었어요.
atmosphere in the
네.
team was
갑자기
going up
오늘
and down.
3대0으로 깔끔하게 그냥 마무리
But today you
마무리
had a
지었거든요.
clean
어떤
series with a
것같은
3-0. What
거예요.
brought you the win
우리가
tonight?
약간 못했을 때가
네.
When I played
포지션을
bad,
바꿨을 때라.
I think
네,
that was when I changed my role,
나아요?
네, 훨씬 나은 것 같아요.
and I think
오늘 비디오
my role right
선수가요.
now is so much better.
겐지로 딜을요. 방금 경기에서 92,000을 때렸어요.
You did
어떻게 생각해요?
92,000 damage, hero damage
그냥
in the
다
last
썰었네요.
game.
싹 쓸었죠.
네.
You basically just cleaned up.
네, 왜냐면 내일 딱 역시 중요한 경기는
Don't be too excited because tomorrow there will be another important match coming up,
좀 기억이 있죠.
그죠.
and you have some sick,
네. 좀 어떠십니까? 그때 기억이
not
아직까지
sick,
좀
bad,
남아 있어요.
bad memories
그때 져서 이번에
contesting against
무조건
Tempest.
이기고 싶죠.
After losing to them so many times, we do want to defeat them
이길 수
this
있다고
time.
보고 있긴 한데
네.
어떻게 될지 모르겠어요. 할 때까지는.
일단은 뭐
I think it's
기본적으로
possible, but until we actually face them tomorrow, I'm not too sure what's going to happen.
내일 한 게임 이기면 돼요. 네,
그죠.
정말 단순하게 내일 한 게임 이기면 그냥 블리즈컨 가는 거예요. 미국
It's
가는
it's
거죠.
simple.
가서
If you just
마이너스
take
사장님
the
만나고.
series tomorrow, like
그거만
you're going to
보고
BlizzCon. It's very simple.
정말 단 한 번입니다.
It sounds very
네,
easy.
내일 딱 한 번
but
이기면 말씀하신
it's
대로
not.
바로 가서 사장님 만나고 그리고 블리즈컨 무대에서 팬들 많은데 그 시공의 중심이거든요. 거기가.
If you go all the way,
한번
that's the
가셔야죠.
center of
아니면요.
Nexus,
가야죠.
BlizzCon
여권 좀 주세요.
stage.
얘기 나오거든요, 바로. 여권 있어요?
You have a
만들고
passport?
싶어요.
But I'm preparing one
만들고
though.
싶어요.
진짜 내일 지는 팀은 어떻게 볼지. 정말 이긴 팀은 정말 계속해 축하하겠지만 벌써부터 그냥 심장이
네.
두근두근할 정도인데
네.
어떻게 좀 지금 이게 뭐 오늘 경기는 이겼는데
Of course
아직은
you-
좀 행복감을 느끼거나 그러진 않습니까?
Took one, but how happy are you
한시름
today?
났다,
한시름
한시름
났다
났다. 플러스
Well,
원래
well,
어느 정도
I can
스코어를
relieve a
예상을
little
했어요,
bit
팀
after
내에서는?
winning today.
블라썸 그냥 3대0 하자는 생각으로
Blossom
했어요.
just we had a thought.
오,
Let's just
이거 뭐
have a
우리가
3-0
어떻게
against Blossom
생각했었네요?
today.
네, 그죠.
오늘 경기에서 어떤 점이 가장 잘 된 것 같아요?
What do you think was the
오늘
key
그냥
point of tonight's
천천히
match?
최대한 하긴 했는데
네.
실수가 조금 나오긴
I just did my part,
그래도
and there were some
계속
few
무난하게 가니까
mistakes,
이긴 것 같아요. 저는.
but
사실
we
1, 2, 3
we made it
세트
very
보면은
passive and
이거 역전
safely,
당하겠는데?
and I think that's how we won.
나왔거든요.
네, 좀
너무 천천히 한
위험했죠.
거 아니에요?
네, 좀
It was very
위험하긴
slow
했는데
rotation, wasn't it?
저희
Too
팀이 더
slow
잘한다고
actually.
저는 생각해서
그럼 오늘은 확실히 그랬었죠.
We were just
네.
trying to be safe, and I think the slow playing slow worked against them. So
그
That's
템페스트는
why
팀에
we
대해서
did it.
어떻게 생각을 하십니까? 내일 상대이기 때문에
템페스트가
What do you think of
되게
Tempest?
싸움 잘하고
they're really good at team fights.
조합도 되게 신기한 거 많이 해가지고
They bring lots of
야 뭐를 할지 모르겠어요.
fascinating team comps, so we don't really know what they're going to have tomorrow.
새로운 것들을 할 것 같은 그런 느낌들.
네.
So you have a feeling that they're going to
자,
bring
그리고,
something new.
아까 전에 뭐
right?
김동민 해석께서도 계속해서
Yes.
말씀해 주셨으면 지금 소냐가
오늘도 구석
As we were talking about a lot, like even today, Sonya was just flying in and out of spears, just landing and just poking on lots of.
어때요 요즘에 소냐?
제가 아침에 오늘 대하니까 손 좀 풀려고
Well, this morning
네.
I played a few games to just warm up, and
그판 한 6판 날리면 한 번 맞는 거예요. 그래서
And
큰일
when I was-
났다 이러면서
I was
왔는데
playing Sonya, and my
자,
spear when
와가지고 마기 선수랑
I used the spear like 6
상대
times,
설정에서
I only
작살
landed
맞추기로
one of
했어요.
them,
네.
so I wasn't really feeling
연습을
confident
해서
going in for today's
좀 맞은
series.
것 같아요, 이거 대할 때는.
원래 그
But Magi
아싸게,
helped
그렇죠.
a lot when I was
나오기
playing
전에
Sonya. I
그런
think that's
생각을
how I
가지고
was
가지고
able
있다는
to
것에 저는
just
박수를
dominate
드리고 싶고요.
네.
in
원래
many
그렇게 좀
games
이렇게
today.
불안감을 가지고 있어야 게임이 잘 되는 거니까. 야 일단 전 진짜 빨리 내일 딱 이 시간 돼서 그 다음 경기 보고 싶은 생각인데
네.
뭐 질문 들어왔죠.
아바타
And
인터뷰
we have an avatar
준비해봤습니다. 네,
question.
아바타 인터뷰.
써야 돼요, 제가.
본인 거부권은
거부권은 있어요.
근데
Can
오성민
you?
캐스터
Do you
아예
want?
그냥
Do I have to put this
거부권이라고
on?
보고 일단은 쉬울 것 같은 그런 분위기.
쉬어버리실 것 같은데.
네. 뭐 어떻게 거부할 수 있어요.
괜찮긴 해요.
You have a
괜찮습니까?
choice,
네, 요거 쓰는
but do you want
것도
to
사실
have?
선수들이
Okay.
권한이에요. 여기 올라오지
잘하니까
못하면
MVP니까.
못 올라오면 이거 미안 좀 미안한데
캐리건이에요?
이거는.
Sorry,
조금
that's
미안했어요.
not really
네.
straight on
이
your face,
정도로
but
그냥 얹혀놓은 정도로만 일단 할게요.
let's just put it on top of your head.
인터뷰 한번
And let's have the avatar question.
저력 있는 팀이지만
세계 무대로 도약하지 못하는 점이
Mighty
항상
is of course good, but
아쉽습니다.
always
이번
falls short
플레이오프에
before
임하는
going
마이티의
to
분위기는 어떤지
a global stage. How are you feeling in this playoff right now? Who's the one that's controlling the atmosphere in the team?
분위기는 지금 끌어오고 있어요. 지금.
Atmosphere right now, we are trying to build it up.
이렇게 올려주는 선수.
Who's the one that does it the most though?
지주는 잘 모르 그냥 다 같이
I don't know about
이렇게 열심히 하는 것
a
같은데.
single person. I think we're all doing this
연습하면서
together.
좀 실력이 느는 게 느껴져서.
And as we do that together, we also can feel that our skills are going up at the same time.
본인이 딱 게임을 하면서 그래도 어떤 딱 선수가 뭔가를 해줄 것 같다. 뭔가 만들어줄 것 같다.
제일 믿음 가는
막 이렇게 하다가 좀 안 보여도
But who do you have the trust on? Like this player will make the play.
그래도 BDG 형이
Still,
딜러니까.
BDG as he's the assassin for he's the carry for our team. So I think BDG
지원관은 그냥 힐하는 영웅입니까?
and the supports are just
해야죠.
they're just back line. Of course, they have to heal. You know.
열심히 힐하시는 분들 안티 지금.
You know, there's so many support mains, and
근데 하기 싫죠.
are you saying this? Are you being disrespectful for all the supports? No, I need them because they heal me all the time.
네. 뭐 지원가 안 하시는 분들 뭐 많으실 수 있으니까요. 어쨌든 자, 마이티 이제는 이제 템페스트전만 남겨놓고 있습니다. 팬분들에게.
Almighty just having Tempest left. You want to have your last shoutouts to your fans, please?
때 경기 좋은 경기 보여드릴 테니까 응원해 주세요. 네.
So we'll show
네.
good game tomorrow for sure. So keep rooting for us, please.
네. 노잼이었단 얘기예요.
아, 그렇죠, 그 얘기죠.
네, 노잼이었단 얘기예요. 그러니까 만약 블리츠컨 가겠습니다. 뭐 이렇게 센거 막 이런 거
본인의 마지막 얘기.
You want to have some crazy shoutouts like we want to go to BlizzCon or some big words though. You want to see something big coming out of your mouth.
제가 캐리할 테니까.
I'll carry.
아이 너무 어려워.
No, it's no. I take it back. No.
여기까지 들으시면.
I'll stop here. I think that was enough. All right, that's the interview with Gasser O and the Marine Synergy trying to draw out some words coming out from Good's mouth. That will be it for the interview, and I believe we're going to have the result on the screen.
That's right, here are results. Mighty takes it with a 3-0 score tonight. They will face Tempest tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day of reckoning. Tomorrow is the most important day for Heroes of the Storm Korea. We are going into that incredibly important BlizzCon qualifier match. It's been a long year of Heroes of the Storm, and it will be our final broadcast here for 2017. Tomorrow, it all goes down. Will Mighty be able to do what they were unable to do against Tempest last time? Will they be able to forget and kind of put to the past those unhappy memories? That is the question. One best of 5, same time, same place, 6 p.m. KST. So if you just tuned in, you don't know what time that is, 2 hours and 10 minutes before now is where you want to be there. So write that down, as you do not want to be there, or sorry, you do not want to be the guy who wasn't there when Mighty maybe got that upset win. You don't want to be the guy who's like, oh, well, I just thought Tempest was going to win. I missed it. Could happen. Anything could happen tomorrow. It's just one best of 5.
It is surely exciting and lots of time to bring us. Tempest lost in the tiebreaker 0-3 against L5 in that tiebreak game. L5 got a straight ticket to BlizzCon because of that. Tempest dropping down to the playoff, but Mighty, they had a 3-0 win. But after that loss for Tempest, do you think they have prepared some crazy stuff for tomorrow night?
I think they're just going to try to play standard. We're going to see a lot of Morales, maybe some Tyrael Judgment against something like that, but I think they're going to try to play the double support and play against the double support as well as they can. I don't think we're going to see anything crazy because
that
this
sounds
is just,
like KR.
It's just too high stakes. It's too important to try to risk something here. No weird map picks. I don't think we're going to see anything crazy tomorrow. What patch BlizzCon is on, I still don't think has even been announced yet, and that would be where we start to see some weirder stuff going into.
Maybe we'll see some bananas happening.
Yeah, we'll see it. We'll see how that goes as we go into opening week of BlizzCon. But for now, for us, that is going to do it for tonight. Tomorrow, do not miss it. Mighty versus Tempest, 6 p.m. KST. We'll see you then.